Hi guys, and welcome to my WWE Payback review. So yes, last night we had WWE Payback, yes, the WWE Premium Live event. And I've got to say, considering it, not a lot of hype going into this show, the card looked like okay to good at best, it delivered. I thought for the most part it was a really good, really solid show. And I think this usually is the case with shows that the hype level's not that big for. They usually become a big sleeper hit, and that was the case with Payback last night. We only had 6 matches, but most of them were really, really good to great. So yeah, really, really good show. So I'm going to briefly go over all the 6 matches. I won't go into depth because I just want to try and keep my review videos short and sweet from now on. So the show that kicked off the match which kicked off the show, we got a steel cage match. Yes, we got Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. This went for 20 minutes, and this was great. Really good match, despite the fact I didn't give a crap about this feud. This feud's been dragging on for so long. It should have finished at SummerSlam, but the match got cancelled. Not Trish or Becky's fault, but yeah, this feud just dragged on for too long. So by this point, I didn't really care. But the match was great. Trish can still go at 47 years of age. She can still go. Wow, she can tell she really keeps herself in shape. It was a great match, and Becky was great as always. A really great spot where Becky hit a massive superplex off like the top rope, boom! Off like not the top rope, I think it was like the top of the cell. Boom! That was great. And then Becky starts to win towards the end, but then Zoe Stark comes in and she tries to help Trish out, but it doesn't work out. Becky hits a manhandle slam on Zoe Stark. Then, as Trish is trying to escape, Becky gets up, hits a manhandle slam, boom, from the top rope. 1, 2, 3, and she pins Trish Stratus to win the match and I hope, win this feud. So yeah, despite the fact the feud had dragged on for so long, really good match. And yeah, Becky wins this feud, and hopefully it's on to new things for Becky Lynch heading into Fastlane and Survivor Series. And then after the match, Trish Stratus and Zoe Stark look at each other like, what? And Trish Stratus is like, look, she slaps Zoe Stark, and Zoe Stark hits her finisher on Trish Stratus, so it looks like that feud's over and done. I mean, that partnership's over and done with now. So yeah, looks like Zoe Stark's going to go off on her own. I assume Trish is probably going to take some time off now. She might come back for the Royal Rumble or Survivor Series or maybe WrestleMania. I think she's definitely got 1 or 2 more matches left in her, Trish Stratus. But yeah, very good match to kick off the show. Very good match. And then John Cena came out as the host of Payback, and he just cut a promo for a little bit, and then he said, "I'm going to be the special guest referee for the Miz and LA Knight." I was like, "Oh, okay." The Miz came out, they cut a little bit of a promo together, and then out came LA Knight, and the other match got started with John Cena as the special guest referee. Okay, and this was a fun 15.5 minute match. Miz and LA Knight, I think they've got a lot of good chemistry together. They have very similar styles, they're very similar character wise too. This was a fun match. I enjoyed John Cena as the guest referee. Like, he was getting both of Miz and LA Knight's faces. They teased a little the face down between Miz and LA Knight. No, John Cena and LA Knight looking at each other like that. So I was like, oh, are they teasing something there with LA Knight and John Cena? That'd be a feud to be down for. But anyway, and then towards the end, LA Knight hits the what's his finisher called? Is it the BCS? No, it's a BFT. Sounds like some sort of gravy. But anyway, he hits that. He gets the win. Then he walks up towards the ramp, John Cena. And John Cena again, and I had another bit of a stare down. I'm like, what's going on? And then John Cena just raises LA Knight's hand like that, looks at him like that, and then he walks off. So I think they're teasing something. Maybe LA Knight and John Cena at Fastlane? Because John Cena's sticking around for a bit, isn't he? So I'll be down for that. I mean, LA Knight, that's a big rub from backstage, isn't it? If he faces, the goat in John Cena. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. And yeah, he beats the Miz. It was a fun 15.5 minute match. Good. Then on to a match which was a bit, yeah, it was fine. So yeah, we got a singles match for the US Championship. Yes, we got Ray defending his belt, going up against Austin Theory. The match only went 9.5 minutes, and it was fine. But this just kind of felt like a match you'd see on Raw. I wasn't really that bothered about this match. No offense to Ray or Austin Theory, but yeah, it was fine. And I believe Ray won clean. That was surprising. I really thought it'd be a, well, no, not surprised, but I thought, why am I surprised? Austin Theory. I know he's like a young up and coming talent, but and they've got very high hopes for him. But I don't know. Maybe I just thought he wouldn't lose clean. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So yeah. Rey Mysterio hit. I think he hits a 619. Boom, hits a splash. 1, 2, 3. Very, very straightforward. The LWO come out at the end and celebrate with Rey. Austin Theory's like that, looking all pissed off. So maybe it's not the hinting that this feud isn't over. Maybe there's going to be a rematch. We'll see, or maybe Pablo Escobar, Santos Escobar is going to turn heel and turn on Rey. I think we're teasing that maybe for Fastlane. We'll see. But yeah, it was fine. But 9.5 minutes. It was the shortest match on the show, and it was all right. Then we got an amazing match. Yes, we got a Steel City Street Fight for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. Yes, we got KO and Sammy defending their belts, going up against the Judgment Day in Finn Balor and Damian Priest. And this match was chaos. It was 20.5 minutes of just pure chaos. It was a tag team street fight, and they just beat these two teams just beat the hell out of each other around this arena for 20 minutes, and it was great. There were tables, there were chairs, there were kendo sticks, there was dustbins. It was beautiful chaos, this match. No team was on top forever too long. It was very even too, very back and forth action. I love that in tag team matches. Shows a lot of good chemistry, and it shows how much they've rehearsed the match and the build up. Really enjoyed it. They went out into the crowd for a bit. KO was the goat of this match, man. Oh my god, he was really badly bleeding at one point. I don't know what happened, but he just kept going like a madman. There was an amazing spot where Dominic gets involved. Thanks, Dominic. I'll get more into the more interferences from Judgment Day towards the end. But anyway, KO hits this amazing senton. I think it was a senton or a swanton. Boom! Like 10, 15 feet up. Boom! Through onto Dominic outside the ring. That was badass. And then, as we got back into the match, Sammy had it won, but then, yes, like I said, Dominic got involved. No, it wasn't Dominic, it was JD McDonough. So Sammy, they had the match won then, and then they've had a bit of a fight outside the ring, and then Rhea spears KO through the barricade. So another member of the Judgment Day. So it's literally 5-on-2 at this point, including obviously Finn and Damian. It just wasn't fair. I felt so bad for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, but they kept on fighting, and then Sammy hits a haluva kick on Finn. 1, 2, and fucking Dominic, boom, with the briefcase. He whacks Sammy, and then Finn just goes and just randomly pins Sammy. I'm like, no, not like this. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god! So the Judgment Day with the tag team belts. Poor KO and Sammy, their reign is over. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I really thought KO and Sammy were going to retain here, because I felt like they haven't really had that good of a reign. Yeah, they had like that defense of Roman and Solo against Roman and Solo at Night of Champions, but apart from that, I can't really think of many other matches they've had apart from obviously the weekly episode defenses on Raw and SmackDown. But yeah, a bit disappointed that they didn't have a better reign, KO and Sammy. But and yet the ending, like, well, I'm happy for the Judgment Day because now all four of them hold belts. It was basically a 5-on-2 handicap match. Like the KO and Sammy had the match won twice, and I don't like how JD McDonough saved the day. Then Dominic at the end saved the day. It's like, come on, man. How many a 5-on-2 handicap? That's not fair. I get the heels. That's what they do. They cheat to win. But wasn't a massive fan of that ending. If Judgment Day were going to win, I think it should have been clean. To go, oh my god, wow, a clean win, not dirty interferences. And then JD McDonough, where's he going to come in? Because he helped them too. So maybe he's going to join the Judgment Day on next week. We'll see. But yeah, very good match. I'm just very surprised KO and Sammy's reign is over. I really thought they'd have a bit longer as undisputed tag team champions, but fair enough. And Judgment Day now, every single one of them holds a belt. And moving on to another Judgment Day match. Yes, we got a singles match for the Women's World Championship. Yes, we got Rhea Ripley defending her belt, going up against Raquel Rodriguez. And it was fine. It went 17.5 minutes, but I don't know. I felt this match just never really got going. The crowd were a bit dead for this match, but to be fair, I think they were probably worn out from the street fight before. So I think they would a bit worn out the crowd. So that's not a great place to put this match, in my opinion. But it was fine. You know, Rhea kind of dominated the first half of it, but then Raquel got back into it with some of her big power moves, and it became a bit more even. And then like Raquel was starting to dominate Rhea, but then Dominic comes out. I think some sort of distraction with Raquel. And thanks to that distraction, Rhea hits a Riptide on Raquel. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, Rhea retains, as we all knew she was going to. I mean, Raquel was definitely like her biggest threat, yes, but you knew Rhea's not dropping the belt anytime soon. It was a good match. It was fine, but I just felt it was missing something. And maybe these two didn't have the best chemistry, but that sounds so crazy because these two know each other quite well. They had like two very good matches in NXT. So it's not like they don't know each other very well. I don't know. Just maybe the styles didn't quite mesh. I don't know, and like the crowd being quite dead didn't help. But it was a fine match. I think it was better than Rey and Austin Theory in my opinion. But I can't believe it went 17 minutes because it didn't feel like that. But yeah, it was fine. I'm not a fan of obviously Rhea needing help to retain because I think Rhea should be pushed so strongly she doesn't need help to retain. But this was definitely I think Rhea's best defense. Although that's not saying much. I mean, she's only had two others on pay-per-view, with Zelina Vega and Natalia. So yeah, but it was fine. It was fine. Maybe there'll be a rematch because I think Raquel she wasn't finished, so maybe there'll be a rematch at Fastlane. Beep beep. Okay, then on to the main event. Yes, we got a singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Yes, we got Seth freaking Rollins defending his belt, going up against Shinsuke Nakamura. And this was the longest match of the night. It went 26 minutes. And yeah, this was great. Really, really good match between these two. I mean, we knew it was going to be Seth and Shinsuke. I'm sure these two have such great wrestlers. I know they've had matches before in the past. And yeah, this was great. What to say really? It was very even. Not one person kind of dominated for the whole match. Shinsuke got a lot of moves and Seth got a lot of his moves in, and it did kind of not say drag, but yeah, it was a long match. I say 26 minutes, but I think Shinsuke looked really good in this match. I think he definitely showed he can still definitely hang in the main event scene, despite the fact he's 43 now, Shinsuke Nakamura. But I don't think age is just a number, and sometimes wrestling isn't with certain wrestlers. But he did look really good in this match, considering this was I can't believe this. They said this in commentary. This was Shinsuke Nakamura's first main event match ever since he made his main roster debut in 2017. What? I can't believe that. So he never main evented once, not even when he was feuding with AJ Styles in 2018 for the title. Well, I think that was because they prioritized the Universal title, didn't they, in 2018 with Roman and Brock. So. Yeah, fair enough. Okay. But yeah, really good match. Shinsuke came close towards the end with a few Kinshasas. But then towards the end, Seth freaking Rollins got the win. He counted, there was like a roll-up counter, then while Shinsuke's on the floor like that, boom, curb stomp, 1, 2, 3. And Seth Rollins retains after a brutal 26-minute match. Yeah, fair enough. I'm a bit gutted for Shinsuke that he just pretty got beat clean. I really thought maybe there'd be some sort of another interference on the Judgment Day. Maybe we'd get a cash-in from Damian Priest, but no, Damian Priest didn't cash in. Very strange. So yeah, Seth Rollins was looking absolutely exhausted at the end of the match because he just went through a war with Shinsuke. He's looking at the entrance and I was like, oh, was Damian Priest going to cash in? And no, they just cut. It ends. So I was like, why didn't Damian Priest cash in? Seth Rollins was there. He was a sitting duck. He was knackered. Storyline-wise, it makes no sense. He's knackered. He's exhausted. Go out and cash in. Imagine that final shot, the Judgment Day. You got Rhea with the Women's Championship. You got Dominic with the North American Championship, and you'd have Damian with the World Championship and a Tag Team Championship, and you'd have Finn with the Tag Team Championship, and you end Payback. Wouldn't that have been amazing? But why didn't he cash in? Maybe they're saving it for Fastlane, I don't know. But I don't think this feud's over, though. Maybe that's why they didn't do the cash-in, because apparently after Payback went off air, Shinsuke attacked Seth. He back attacked him again, so maybe this feud's not over. Maybe Shinsuke's going to get a rematch. I think Shinsuke deserves a rematch, because this was a really good match. So I think Shinsuke definitely deserves a rematch. He deserves at least one more match in this world title main event scene. I'm so happy to see Shinsuke finally in the main event scene after being on the main roster for 6 years. So yeah, I think that maybe there'll be a rematch at Fastlane, and maybe Shinsuke wins it there. But then he gets cashed in on poor Shinsuke, so he gets like a 2-minute reign. We'll see. So guys, that was Payback, and for the most part, really, really good show. Only matches that I thought were a bit meh was Rey Mysterio and Austin Theory, which was just very throwaway, very forgettable. And Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez was fine, but I just felt like it was missing something. But it was still a okay match, sure. But yeah, Becky Lynch and Trish, great. LA Knight and The Miz, a lot of fun. Judgment Day and KO was probably my Judgment Day and KO and Sami was probably my match of the night. I thought that was just a crazy 20-minute street fight. And Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura, had the longest match of the night in a great main event. So, yeah, guys, what were your thoughts on Payback? Comment below and let me know. Yeah, guys, I'll be back soon with another video. So until then, hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.